Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about the pattern that we've been looking at the last few days on the 4-hourly chart and the smaller time frame that's threatening Bitcoin to go down to the levels on the larger time frames that I talked about in yesterday's video. Make sure to check that out. Also, I'm going to talk about Do Kwon, the Terra LUNA founder. I'm going to look at the guy a little bit more closer and see if there were patterns to be recognized in the past already. So make sure to stick around all the way until the end of the video. But before anything, I have to thank you guys. My love goes out to the ones supporting me here all the way in the beginning of my journey on YouTube. Big, massive thank you. And guys, if you appreciate my content too, my daily Bitcoin grind here, make sure to smash up the like button through the resistance. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be one of the first to find out when I update here. I update every single day. Doesn't matter if the market's moving up, down, or sideways. Now let's kick things off with the crypto headline of the day. Do Kwon, the founder of Terra LUNA. Who is this guy and what's he been up to in the past? I'm gonna have a closer look at him. Do Kwon, commonly known as the guy behind the Terra LUNA Ponzi scheme. Here are a few facts that will convince anyone who still believes that the man is looking out for his investors. Nobody managing billions of dollars while sitting at the top of a company that carries the hope of millions of people on its pillars should disrespect people openly on social media, as well as he shouldn't insult critics of the stablecoin UST, which by the way wasn't unpegged for the first time. Back in 2020 it had already lost its value to the US dollar and dropped to 80 cents, which caused the first wave of panic and concern. One of the critics, British journalist Francis Coppola, was called poor and a cockroach by Do Kwon, who by the way also openly admitted that he gets joy out of other crypto companies dying. Well, if karma isn't It gets better. Former Terra employees claimed that Kwon was the founder of another failed stablecoin project called Basis Cash, which was founded as a result of the failure from a different stablecoin project called Basis, or prior Basecoin, a token based on Ethereum. Basis was funded by venture capitalists and was created by Nader Al-Najil. Al-Najil, who eventually shut down operations over SEC concerns and refunded investors. Doesn't sound like one, right? Keep in mind that Basis Cash was only created as an attempt to bypass SEC. So it does sound like one, a little bit, right? Currently, there's a lot of speculation over what caused the last push to provoke the collapse of Terra LUNA. A lot of people would agree that it has to do with the deal between Terra LUNA and the investment firms Citadel, BlackRock, Gemini, amongst others, who dumped UST and Bitcoin to provoke the crash. But I have a few tweets between Mr. One and a certain someone for you to look at. Check it out. Alright guys, here we can see the first tweets between no other than Mr. Justin Sun, the founder and ex-CEO of Tron, and Do Kwon. And the first tweet was, "I'm buying #UST by Justin Sun." To which Do Kwon replied, "Your Excellency, what are you up to?" And there in the comments down below we can see, was this coordinated? And the answer to that by Do Kwon was no. To which then Justin Sun replied, "I may have a secret plan." And keep in mind, 8th of May, only a few days ago and only a few hours before Luna crashed completely. And here now in this next tweet we can see that Do Kwon tweeted about Justin Sun's product, and he said Tron DAO is launching an algorithmic stablecoin with mint and burn mechanics called USDD. Mint and burn TRX, redeem against TRX. And at the bottom of the tweet an applauding emoji with Justin Sun added. Justin Sun then replied, "Happy to collaborate with UST and Luna. UST-USDD pool will be awesome." To what Do Kwon replied, a handshake emoji. And this was also not long ago, this conversation, April 21st. So keep in mind, all this happened just before Luna crashed. The latest news at the point of this recording are that the estimated 200,000 domestic Luna investors that were harmed by the crash will be filing a class action lawsuit against Terraform Labs founder Do Kwon on criminal charges, with thousands of those investors already signed up. And lastly, today the investigations led by the Internal Revenue Service of Korea revealed that Terra LUNA founders Do Kwon and Daniel Shin were ordered to pay additional taxes worth approximately 100 million US dollars back in December last year, but both denied to follow order. So my question to you guys is, let me know down in the comments, how long did these guys already know that shit hit the fan? Well, who would have thought it? Not a stranger to scams and not a stranger to insulting and disrespecting other people. It's time that we find a compromise with regulators that come into the market and make sure that people are protected. I mean, it's already a good step forward that the South Korean authorities are looking into this guy, and hopefully they will take him down and put a huge warning signal out there for everyone trying to scam more people in the crypto space. And of course, guys, feel free to let me know if I can change something, or if you want me to talk about something specific, let me know down in the comments. Now guys, let's see what the king of all cryptos is up to. Let's look at the Bitcoin price. Alright guys, you can see it, it's not a threat no more. It broke down the pattern that we've been talking about all these last days. We've closed a 4-hourly candle below it. So here we can see we've been putting in higher lows. A low, a higher low, another high low. We broke this trend now and we're hanging on to the low here. And here you can see the orange line down below. You can see we have not closed a candle below that. We started making higher lows from there. And now that's our goal, not to close a candle below that. And this is a pattern that I've been predicting everything basically. The resistance point, where we got rejected, the support points, all these days since we've been in this range. So make sure to check out my previous videos, but also subscribe to get daily updates, to be updated whenever something new happens in the charts and we're approaching a new range, like potentially the one I talked about on the larger time frames yesterday that's coming in below us. Now let's move over to the daily chart and see how it's looking over there. This is the range, this is the chart. I've been looking at it for weeks and months. You guys know it. Now let's just look at what's going on right now. The red line is what we need to focus on. So we see it here. This line is right around 29,000. So the same as goes for 28,150 over on the 4-hourly chart. We want to stay above this red line here. This is a red line that I also showed you in previous videos already. We have over 7 hours left to do so. So now we want to hope for that to happen. If not, very likely that we go down to that range that I discussed so many times over the last few weeks, and especially in yesterday's video. As you can see, this bearish pattern is threatening us with further downside for the Bitcoin price, but there's still a massive line right around 28,150, our previous range low on candle closing basis, and we don't want to close a 4-hourly candle below that. Alright guys, today I'm not going to look at the larger time frames as I broke them down yesterday and on all my previous videos, so make sure to check them out as well. Now thank you guys everyone for watching all the way until the end. I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And as always, happy trading and see you very soon.